This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Up next, I'm going to play, Infect. So this is a pretty good hand. If he, I was about to say, if he took my Glistener Elf, I would probably just play Nexus on turn 1. I have to get Breeding Pool here. Now he has like a bunch of decisions, I think, for his turn 2. Like, play 2-drop versus lightning bolting that thing. And the list goes on, essentially. It's also kind of possible I should have played Noble Hierarch on turn 1. See if he kills it or not. If he doesn't kill it, then I just played 2 Glistener Elves plus Nexus next turn, which makes things kind of awkward for him, I think. Alright, so he's on this plan. All things considered, that is actually one of the best cards for him to have in this matchup. Alright, so we're gonna probe first, see what he's working with. That's a handful of cards. I guess all of them are. He's asking if he made the right decision last turn. I think it's almost certainly correct. He wants to just trade with all of my stuff as much as possible. I'm going to cycle another probe. Alright, that makes that decision look a lot better. If he trades here, I actually don't mind that. I don't think he will. Like, he needs to get ahead on a few cards. Elf go. Blood Crypt. So, if I were him, I think I would take Vines of Vastwood. Yeah, taking Vines is almost certainly correct. Otherwise, I can just Rancor plus Vines next turn, and that puts him in a pretty bad spot. So I also think he'll play Blood Crypt. No. So we know his hand. Just gonna cycle another probe to get more information about what I should do. I know his entire hand. Play a Sleight. I think I like attack with both, actually. Even if he blocks and trades, I'm actually fine with that. Oh, also now if he tries to decay my guy, I just get him. Don't really need another land. So I have 4. Yep. So the current plan is to try to kill him next turn with thing. That. Oh, so he's dead, I think. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So he goes to. Yeah, so he's just dead. I'm not sure. I don't think there was anything else he could have done except try to bluff something, but I don't think bluffing is actually a good idea there. Don't really like probe versus him. No, like it's fine. He's gonna have grudges, so I'm not really like super thrilled to have Spellskite. I think maybe I just want Spell Pierce. I'm gonna try that. I think this is a pretty easy mulligan. It's probably better than 5 versus him, although we need to draw out. That's right, so I'm going to play Noble Hierarch off Pendelhaven instead of cracking a fetch, which gives him mana. Huh. That's interesting. Still no real reason to crack fetches. Huh. I mean, I don't really need that guy, so I'm not going to save it with vines. Oh, this is not going well. So if he has something like Jun Charm, I do want to leave up the Pendelhaven. I guess if he has another 2-mana spell, this is bad, but I still want to leave up Pendelhaven. Okay, so he's gonna pump his Deathrite Shaman. And so, this is an awkward situation, but I think I need to play to my out of drawing Groundswell to kill him. Or actually another Might of Old Grosso does it, so I'm just going to play to that out. It's 5, that's 2, 6. Alright, let's see what he does. I'm basically dead to a lot of things, but maybe he just won't attack or something. And that leaves me completely dead, so... I think still like this setup. Maybe a Spell Pierce for one of the blessings, so I can hit Liliana or Jun Charm. I will keep this hand. I'm going to Serum Visions on turn 1, I think. Yeah. Kinda need both of these, so keep them both. Time for a Blighted Agent. If he taps out, I think I'm going to activate Nexus and Might of Old Curse on my thing. So, see what he does. Thoughtseize, so I think if I were him, I would take Vines of Vastwood? Huh, that's kind of a weird thing. On the other hand, if he leaves up like a fetch land or red mana, don't think I can really cast Might of Old Curse in that case. Terminate? Oh, Abrupt Decay. That's fine. Going to Sleight. Take this. I guess take this Might of Old Curse. That might be wrong, but if he taps out ever again, I think we just have him dead. Again, I'm taking damage to not give him mana for his Deathrite Shaman. I think that's perfectly fine here since I'm still at 20 and he doesn't really have like a significant clock. Alright. So if he has Liliana, it might be somewhat awkward here. Although it's starting to look a lot more like a Bloodbraid Elf, I think. Nope, Liliana. Alright. Huh. So he has Lightning Bolt in hand? Alright, let's give him some mana. Don't mind it now. Gonna mook. So, like, if you're Reid here and you have Lightning Bolt, do you play Lightning Bolt here? I think if I were Reid, I would basically never cast Lightning Bolt here because you have to put your opponent on Mook or Giant Growth. If he has Dismember, then I'm completely blown out, but I don't think Reid's the type of person to play that card, so... So now I just wait until I draw something that counteracts the Lightning Bolt. It might have been wrong to just 9 him there. Maybe I should have just played the Nexus and don't even attack. Still waiting. Alright, I guess I should have attacked him to draw out a bolt. But that was kind of awkward. Maybe I could have done something differently. Yes, I would like to play first. This is a pretty easy mulligan. And this one's fine. Good luck to Reid as well. Alright, he kept. No. So, Citadel Pest. Without Edge Champion in the main, I think this matchup is a lot worse. Alright, let's see if he has the Lightning Bolt. I think I have to use my mana efficiently there, which kind of gives him pretty good value on a Lightning Bolt if he has one. Don't think I can really avoid it there. That's, I guess, fine. So, 3. I could play Peasant Thoughtcast. Or Glimmer Void Master. I think I'm gonna actually just play Master. I think if he had a Lightning Bolt, he would have bolted the Pest, so... Liliana. Yep, I'm gonna sack Pest. Ornithopter, Pest, Thoughtcast. I'm just going to attack him. So, like, I think the other reason this matchup favors robots by a fair bit is all of the spells are, like, so much cheaper, and a lot of them he has to answer. And Jund is kind of a slow deck. I'm just going to attack him with all my creatures, except for Steel Overseer. Goes to 4. If he edicts me, I will sacrifice Ornithopter. I think. It might be better to sack. No, I'll sacrifice Ornithopter. So he can hit. I guess a Jun Charm kind of does it. He Jun Charms into a removal spell. Kills. That's not the one he wants, for sure. So I think he's dead now? Yeah, he's dead. Well, actually, I guess he might have land bulked. Alright, so verse him, Memnite's pretty mediocre, and we want edge champions, essentially. Might be more inclined to have champion in, or Memnite in on the play, but I think on the draw is just too low impact. So we'll try this. If he has something like Shatterstorm, I don't think this list is very well prepared to deal with it, especially if it comes off the top. Some affinity lists, or robots lists I've seen have Spell Pierce instead of Thoughtseize. I think I like that a bit better for this type of matchup. Also, with Jund, it's always kind of a question whether or not you should even discard versus robots. I personally think it's wrong, but I know some people who go either way on it. I will mulligan this hand. I will keep this one. I think Nexus Drum is my turn 1. Turn 2 might be attack with Nexus. Kind of depends. Confidant? Nope. Terminalife. So I think I am going to play Overseer. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Four, 5. Alright, time to play the champ. Yep. If he Liliana's me, I'm gonna activate a Nexus and sacrifice it. Not sure what he's trying to do there. I'm gonna block there every time because, like, if he grudges Drum, I just activate Nexus. So it's kind of a risk-free block. That's right, Sean. Alright. I think I'm gonna get in for 2. Just want to start killing him before he draws out of his mana screw. Alright. Luckily that was not a Shadow Storm. I think he kills Overseer. Yep. I'm gonna take 7. Thought cast, I think. I think we have to block this turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, depending on what he does, I could potentially kill him with Nexus if he taps out. Different art Bloodbraids. Come on, Reid. So I believe he is dead. Still eating Tarmogoyf. That also kills him in a So yeah, that is Robots vs. Jund. Let's see. Eggs. Which was this? I think Eggs is ahead, but not... Well, so, like, I still could have won that game if I had played the Plains first, and because I drew second Sunrise as well. So that was just bad, and I didn't even think about Jund Charm. If you play more games with the deck versus Jund and Postboard, you probably would not make that mistake. So that was a mistake that I could have avoided if I had had more experience. I think Infect, as it's built this way, is not actually that great versus Jund, although I think it's fine, just not great. I think probably if I had to put a percentage, it'd be like 40%, which is just an estimate. Besides that, I think I like this deck if you expect the field to be all combo, and for not many people to have opposing Spellskites or Maliras. Spellskite in particular I think is a annoying problem, and Malira is obviously annoying. This build of robots is worse versus Jund, but I think it's better versus other decks because there are no main deck etch champions. Champion is actually kind of a brick versus most of the combo decks because it doesn't kill them very fast. Whereas Champion shines versus like Jund or other creature decks. So like here this list makes sense if you expect more combo than Jund, which was a strange prediction for someone to make, but I guess it could potentially happen. So if you're going to the GP in Chicago, I think Robots is still a very good choice because Jund is the kind of deck that people like to play. It offers a lot of interaction. It's fairly powerful, and it doesn't seem like you actually get blown out by anything. Robots preys upon that very well. I think X, to a certain degree, also preys upon it very well. But if people start adopting the right sideboard hate cards, I think Eggs has a much bigger time adjusting. A card that overlaps as a hate card for both of them is Stony Silence. So I would expect to see a lot more Stony Silences out of white-based decks. So having an answer to that in Robots or Eggs is probably important. Eggs has Echoing Truth, but this Robot sideboard has like no answer. Versus Infect, the best cards are Malera, Spellskite, and basically just a bunch of cheap removal spells. Sudden Shock would actually be really good, but that card is very specific, and basically only a few decks can play it. So I don't like it very much as a real sideboard card unless you expect the field to be all Infect, which I doubt people will do because it's not the type of deck people like to play. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful for you, and I hope to do a standard one soon with him or someone else. Alright, thanks a lot for watching.